Good morning. We're just going to give a moment to clear the waiting room and make sure that folks have connected to audio and that they can hear us. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are appearing or testifying before the board. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Thank you, Danny. My name is Kathleen Joyce. I am Chair of the Boston Licensing Board, and today I am joined by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiana Saxon.
Thank you. And again, as a reminder, please do remain on mute unless or until you are appearing before the board. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly. This morning's agenda only has one item. I will read that item into the record. I will ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. We will then make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following the questions, there will be testimony allowed, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. Please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. And as was posted to the city's website, the board will vote immediately following this morning's hearing. Calling the only item on this morning's agenda, item number 1, Monica's Trattoria on Prince, Inc., doing business as Monica's Trattoria, located at 67 Prince Street. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Patrick Mendoza to Amanda McQueen. Attorney Bill Ferrullo. Attorney Ferrullo.
Good morning, Madam Chairwoman, members of the commission. Thank you for scheduling this hearing today. I am present on behalf of corporate entity Monica's Trattoria on Prince Inc. To my rear is Amanda McQueen, who's the proposed manager of record. You will hear her background and training, as well as her education in a moment. We are submitting this application to have Ms. McQueen take over the duties as the manager of record. Ms. McQueen has been an employee for 6 years with the business, starting as an administrative assistant in the office, working her way as a server and then a floor manager. And approximately 3 years ago, she became operations manager, which we will provide detail about her responsibilities. With that, she is a resident of the Commonwealth, as we've submitted in our application, citizen of the United States, and her experience includes the fact that she holds a degree from Westfield State University in both management and service. And I will have her explain her background and also answer any questions that this board may have with regard to her qualifications. Hopefully you can hear her. If you can't, would you let us know? We'll have her move a little bit closer to the microphone. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Good morning. My name is Amanda McQueen.
And your residential address?
Yes, my address is 45 Water Street in Danvers, Massachusetts.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
And have you worked in the food and beverage industry?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And prior to that, you hold a degree from Westfield State University?
That's correct. I have a bachelor's degree in business management with a minor in marketing.
And how long ago did you start working in the food and beverage industry?
About 6 years ago. This October, I'll be going on 7 years.
And could you tell us what that experience is?
Yes, so like Attorney Ferrullo stated, I started as a office assistant back in 2017. And then shortly after that, I began serving, hosting, and then became the floor manager. And then in about 2019, I was appointed as the operations manager of the restaurant. And to this day, I still have that title. And with that, I manage all the front of the house employees. So I interview, I hire, I do all the training, as well as the payroll, scheduling, inventory of the liquor, beer, wine, making sure I keep track of all of that. I have great relationships with all of our vendors for all the liquor, beer, and wine companies, as well as the food companies, our linen services.
And are you tips trained?
Yes, I am.
And are you serve safe trained?
Yes.
We will submit that she is familiar with the rules and regulations of this board and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Alcohol Beverage Control Commission. And she's available for any questions.
Thank you, Attorney Furlow. Thank you, Ms. McQueen. We could hear you just fine. We'll turn over to the board to see if there are any questions, starting with Chairwoman Joyce.
Thank you, Attorney Furlow. Thank you for joining us today, Ms. McQueen. I just want to start out by saying we appreciate your flexibility with our schedules. This is a hearing that we scheduled especially for your application as manager of record, and we are here for that one reason, to consider your application, and that is because the public was put there was a threat to the public with the previous manager of record. Your attorney has outlined the 4 basic manager of record questions for us to my satisfaction. One question for you is, how many hours a week are you on site at Monica's?
I'm usually there about 40 to 50 hours a week.
Okay, and do you work at any other restaurant?
No, I do not.
Okay, and how many staff do you oversee?
We have 31 employees, about 15 are full-time, 16 are part-time.
Okay. Those are my questions for Ms. McQueen. I respectfully request consideration for additional questions after the other commissioners go.
Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, any questions?
I have no questions at this time. I'll wait and see if there's any comments from the public. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Mr. Queen. Just a quick question. Do you have an assistant to help you, as you were the assistant before that?
We have multiple floor managers that handle the duties while the restaurant is open as well.
To follow up on Commissioner Saxon's question, in your absence, who is in charge of the restaurant?
Depending on the night, we have basically our main server, our most experienced server is our floor manager.
Okay.
We can provide that name if the board would like it. Additionally, as we've mentioned, 2 individuals, Frank Mendoza and George Mendoza, have also been going into the restaurant. Frank has been going in to make sure that the restaurant's been closed since last Tuesday, so there hasn't been any activity per se, but we're hoping to be serving food this weekend, at which time, as mentioned, Frank Mendoza will work in the kitchen to cover any shortage in the kitchen, and Elisa Mendoza will be on site as well to simply assist with anything that's needed in the dining room.
I did want to just jump in quick. Have we updated the 24-hour point of contact?
I'm sorry?
Has the business updated with the board the 24-hour person to contact?
I'm not aware of the form, but if it's provided, we will fill it out for you shortly.
Thank you. It's a submission with the annual renewal. At this point, the 24-hour contact we have on file is still Mr. Patrick Mendoza. So that will need to be changed should this be approved today.
Sure.
And just to expand upon that, Attorney Furlow and Ms. McQueen, that number has to be somebody we can get in touch with 24 hours a day in case something happened in the neighborhood, in the restaurant, where police need to get in touch with someone immediately. And we have, we'll ask you to submit that number. And if for some reason you're not going to be available, we do need a backup number, and it can't just be the restaurant number.
No, we'll give you two. One of the Mendoza brothers lives very close to the restaurant. We'll provide that as a second number for responses in emergencies or immediate situations.
Any further questions from the board before we open for testimony? Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Okay, with that, as was noticed, is the board prepared to vote?
And before we vote, I just want to ask Attorney Ferrullo when we can expect the additional corporate transfer documents. Is that still in the works?
Yes, it's Attorney Gosler will give me an update this morning. I think we are. Mr. McQueen brought us some of the signed Corey forms today, so we should have that application ready for you. I'm going to say within the next day or so.
Okay, thank you. So I make a motion to approve Amanda McQueen as manager of record at this location. I believe she has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I vote to approve as well.
I agree.
Thank you. With that, the board grants the petition to change the manager of record to Amanda McQueen. And that is the only matter before the board this morning. So with that, I believe this hearing will be adjourned.
Attorney Green, could you fax us, email us the renewal form so that we can fill that out while Ms. McQueen is here, and we'll get that right back to you.
Will do. We will send that to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And with that, this hearing is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.